The Prince Albert Sports Hall of Fame is proud to welcome Paul Roy into the Builder category. Paul Roy became involved in rugby as a player with the Fredericton Exiles from 1979 until 1985. This chapter included league, provincial, and maritime championships. Needless to say, the sparks of a lifelong attachment to rugby were struck and kindled.
So the Exiles were originally a bunch of guys who more or less weren't local guys, but weren't university guys. They were sort of exiles, you know. I liked football, but I was too small, you know, with the pads and such. Kind of quick. I could do the quick part, but I couldn't do the armored 250-pound guy part.
Convocating with his education degree from UNB in the spring of 1985, Roy received a job offer out west, and he made a life-changing move to Saskatchewan.
When I came to Saskatchewan, I moved to an agricultural community. That's where the jobs were in 1985. And I phoned the Saskatchewan Rugby Union and said, where's the closest club to where I was? And it was Prince Albert. So he said, we have one more game left this year. It was in the fall of '85. And it's in Saskatoon. Come on down, play with the team. So that's where I met Mark. And I was able to get a job in Prince Albert the next year. And Mark had said, if you get a job, I'll get the apartment, we'll be roommates, and I'll furnish it and everything. So it was a great deal for a young fella. I could go back to the Maritimes for the summer, come back to Prince Albert.
In 1987, along with other teammates, he set in motion a mini rugby program at Riverside, Boucher, and Holy Cross schools, introducing rugby to grades 7 to 9 boys.
Mr. Roy at the time was my French teacher, and all of a sudden there's a rugby team with the Riverside Rams. So team at Boucher, there's a team at Holy Cross, and then there's the Riverside Rams. Well, you know, didn't take long before Mr. Roy had us, you know, the best team in the city. And
following 2 successful years, the youth program was cut short as co-collaborators' career moves brought an end to this first attempt to develop local youth rugby. A second attempt followed in 2002 as Roy introduced the sport to a group of eager grades 7 to 9 students attending Pacey.
I was biking through what's now Max Clooney Field, like around there, and I said, we've got to have some rugby here. And so I approached Mark and said, what do you think about it? And at that time I was working at PACI, and there was an impetus there for something new to happen, because it was transitioning from a 7, 8, 9 school into a high school. So they asked all us staff members, what's your idea? What's your idea? What's your idea? Mine was, I'll start a rugby team.
Paul gave me a call and asked if I was interested in helping out with a high school team. From the second year on, I've been on board with Paul, and we've been working with the Dragons, and then that's evolved into the men's team here in Prince Albert, which we're into our 5th year with the men's team.
Prince Albert Rugby has been on the upswing ever since, thrilling their supporters with constant and continued success at league and provincial competitions.
Prince Albert Rugby right now is leading the province in growth, development, longevity, and success. And it's all based on the foundation that Paul and Mark have laid over the years. Last year alone, we had 13 players playing for Team Saskatchewan throughout the age groups, under 14, under 16, under 18. We have a couple players, you know, getting looked at nationally. Whiskey Jacks are going on their 5th season this year, and we're the defending provincial champions. PA Rugby has a lot to be proud of, and the community has a lot to be proud of us as the rugby family.
Over the past 35 years, Roy has dedicated countless hours to fostering the growth and recognition of the sport of rugby in Prince Albert.
When it comes to rugby and strategy, from the neck up, he's way ahead of you. He's always prepared. Nothing catches him off guard. He's an incredible coach. He's a fantastic mentor to the boys. He's well respected throughout the province, and once again, we're lucky to have him as part of our community, our rugby community here in PA.
The Prince Albert Sports Hall of Fame is proud to welcome Paul Roy into the Builder category.